Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello and welcome. I've decided to do a bit of an updated version of some of my very earliest videos of just the back to basics beginner series of crochet. If you are a brand new beginner and you're finding this channel for the first time, hello and welcome. I do all sorts of projects and stitches relating to crochet and knitting, and so this is the perfect place for you to start. If you are a bit more advanced in crochet, then you might want to go and check out some of my other videos instead, which I'll leave a couple in the description box down below. So for this today, we're going to be learning how to kind of hold our hook, a little bit about yarn and the different types of hooks, and then how to chain, how to do a double crochet, which is a single crochet in US terminologies. That's crochet terminology, which I'll also touch on in this video. And that should be it for this video. So I'll stop rambling and we can get started. You're going to grab any yarn that you have around. I'd recommend, if you're starting off, to get a slightly chunkier yarn. This is about an Aran weight, just because it's easier to see. I'm using that today so it's easier for you to see, because sometimes the thinner yarn, like the DK weight, can be a little bit fiddly to use, and sometimes the really thick yarn is too thick to work with. So I'd err in the middle, an Aran weight or a chunky weight, and then you're going to choose your corresponding hook size. For me, mine is a 4.5mm hook. So basically, whatever your yarn says on the band, it should have a little picture of a crochet hook or some knitting needles, and it should say a size. For me, mine is 4.5. You'll get used to that as well when you're choosing your yarns as well. And a pair of scissors to just chop off your ends. Okay then, so the first thing that we start off with in crochet is called a slip knot. This is super simple to make. You can do it in whichever way that you prefer, but this is the way that I like to teach. I do have a separate video on this on my channel, but I thought, why not include it in our basics video as well. All you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn. This is the tail end of your yarn, so not connected to the ball, and you're going to make a loop, so cross over your yarn like so. You're going to grab through the centre of this loop, grabbing the yarn closest to the ball end, and you're going to pull up that loop like so. Now this is quite a big slip knot. As you get used to them, you can make them smaller and closer to the end, but for now, doing it nice and loopy is helpful. So what you're going to first do is place your ball of yarn to the left hand side of you. So it's on this hand side of you, and that helps with crochet as well. Then we're going to insert our hook into this loop that we've created, and you're just going to pull gently on that strand. That tightens up our slip knot nicely for us. And now we're ready to get started. Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can actually hold your hook, but obviously it's just up to you to find your preference. For me, I like to hold it in this way, which is kind of like you're cutting. So it's a loose grip with all of your fingers on this side and then your thumb nicely on this side. And then I like to hold my yarn by grabbing it with this three and then putting it over my finger, and then keeping control of where I'm working at here. But some people just hold it like this, but I find that holding it on my finger and pinching my work where I'm working just helps me keep a little bit more control over my yarn. And also hold your hook kind of like you would hold a pencil, so in this way, the opposite. And that works too, but for me, over my few years, I have found that this works preference, and it's more comfortable, and I get more control over my crochet. So again, quick recap, I'm just holding mine with my thumb on this side and all of my fingers wrapped around my hook, and then I'm grabbing my yarn with these two fingers, wrapping it around my pointer finger, and grabbing the work with my middle finger and my thumb. So that is our crochet hold. Obviously find what works for you. And now we're going to begin with a chain. So a chain is something that we start off with in crochet, and you will also continue it through your work. If you're joining rounds or if you're beginning a new round, you might have to do some chains. And all a chain is it consists of one single yarn over. So a yarn over is what we call when we go underneath our yarn with our hook, we grab the yarn and we pull through the loop that's already on our hook. That is one single yarn over. So this loop on our hook is going to be what's worked through. We're going to take our hook underneath our yarn. We're going to rotate our hook towards us, which means that the yarn will grasp underneath the head of the hook, and then you're going to pull through that loop nice and gently. You want to be careful to not pull too tight on the yarn, because then you won't be able to work through very easily, and you want to be careful that your loop is not too loose, so then you end up with a yarn over like so. You need to keep it loose enough that it's able to move around on the hook, but not too loose that it falls off the hook, and not too tight that you're unable to move it. So to do another yarn over, go underneath the yarn, rotate your hook around and pull through that loop on your hook. Underneath the yarn, rotate your hook around and pull through that loop. Underneath the yarn, rotate your hook towards you so it's on the side and pull through that loop. Underneath, rotate, pull through. And then you can start to work quicker when you get a bit more confident. You will start to move the crochet hook almost like as a habit, and you won't have to kind of go underneath, then move, then pull through. You'll kind of do it in one smooth motion. Okay, so I'm just going to do a small swatch area for this piece. So I'm going to chain about 20 chains will be good enough. So pause the video here, practice your yarns over until you feel completely comfortable with them, and then meet me back when you finish that. Okay, so hopefully you are comfortable with your yarn over now, and that is called our chain. So that's our foundation chain for our piece of crochet. And now we're going to work row number 1, and we're going to work double crochets. Now within crochet there's two different types of terminology. There is the US terminology and the UK terminology, and it can be a bit confusing as a beginner. I will always on my videos try to put up a little tab showing you each different one in case you are used to the US or the UK, so hopefully that is a little bit less confusing. You will learn the differences as you go along. So for a double crochet in UK terminology, that is known as a single crochet in the US, and for a treble crochet in the UK terminology, that's known as a double crochet in the US. So that will be in the next couple of videos, but all we need to know today is that we're working double crochets, which in the US is single crochets. And it's just the smallest type of stitch. So we're actually going to work one more chain or yarn over before we begin our work, and that is going to be called our turning chain. So don't be too worried if you get really confused and all of these terms are a little bit overwhelming. Practice will mean that you will know what all of these terms are. So far we have a yarn over, which makes a chain, and this is our foundation chain for crochet. We've just done a turning chain, which is just one more yarn over, so that we're able to begin our row number 1. And in our row number 1, we're going to work double crochets, which is also known as a single crochet in the US terminology. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. So we're going to begin by working our first stitch into the second chain from the hook. So all of these little tiny V's are known as our chain spaces. So we're not going to count this loop on the hook. We're not going to count this first V here. That's going to be our first chain, but we're going to work into our second chain space. So if you can see on mine, we're not counting this one. This one is our first chain, so we're going to work into this second V here. All we're going to do is insert our crochet hook into that space. we're going to work a yarn over, which is what we did for our chain. So you go underneath the yarn, turn your hook and pull through. You're going to pull through that loop, and you should now have 2 nice loops on your hook. To complete our double crochet, we're going to yarn over again, and we're going to pull through both of those loops. And if you've worked that correctly, you have just worked your first double crochet. So very well done. So now we're going to work into the next space, and we're just going to continue working that all the way along. So into your next chain space, insert your hook. So it's just into the middle of these V's. Yarn over your hook and pull through. So you should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Working into the next space, which is this one right here. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, so you have 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now you can see double crochets are coming together. Insert your hook into the next chain space, which is just here, the next little bump along your chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So another thing is obviously your tension. You might get like a rainbow tension, and you might get a happy face tension, what I like to call. So if you have your tension too loose, your stitches will be looser than your foundation chain, so you're going to end up with kind of a this shape piece of work. And if your stitches are tighter than your foundation chain, you'll end up with this shape, which is like a happy face, when really you want a straight piece. But obviously you are total beginners, so don't worry about your tension too much. Just make sure that you have the stitches and the motion down with your crochet hook. So I'm going to continue working this all the way to the end of my row, and then I'm going to show you how to begin and do row number 2. Pause the video here or rewind the video if you need to go back, and work double crochets all the way to the end of your row, and I will meet you back when you have finished that. Okay then, so I've just finished my row number 1. So now we're going to begin row number 2, which is essentially the same thing, but we're going to be working into slightly different spaces. So it's good to just show you where you're working into, and then you can continue the rest of the rows in the same way. Going to begin this row with another turning chain. So if we remember how to do that, we're just going to yarn over and pull through a loop. And this is called our turning chain. So what we need to do is turn our work. So we always work from the right to the left, which is why it's handy to have our ball of yarn on the left hand side, and you want all of the work that you're working into to be on the left hand side, which is why we need to turn our work over. So this is actually the opposite side to the work that you were working on before. We've just done our turning chain, so now we're ready to work row number 2. Now if we just turn our work to the side like so, you'll be able to see little V's again. So this is similar to our foundation chain, but this is actually from our stitches. So what we do for row number 2 and every other row except our foundation row is we're going to work into the top of this V. So if I show you on this stitch here, if I insert my hook into the stitch, you can see that I have both loops of the V on my hook. Not just one like on our foundation row, but both of them. So to find that, all you need to do is go underneath the stitch here and get your V on top. And then you're just going to yarn over and pull through, so you have 2 loops on your hook, and yarn over and pull through 2, just like you did for row number 1. So it's easy to see on this bit here, so you're going to work underneath that stitch, so that therefore you have the V on top, and you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2. Finding your stitch below, working below that and yarning through too. So continue working that all the way along, working underneath your stitch so that you have both V's, yarning over, pulling through so you have 2 loops on your hook, and yarning over and pulling through 2 loops. You're going to begin every row with a turning chain, which is just a yarn over, and then you're going to work into the top of every stitch along the row. So I'm going to work a few more rows for you now, just so that you can see how it works up as you continue on, and then I will meet you back when you have finished that. Keep practicing until you feel very comfortable with the stitch. You can always rewind this video, pause the video if you need to, just make sure that you become comfortable with it. Crochet won't happen overnight, it's all alien to your hands, but once you start practicing, it will soon become much easier, and it will become like habit for your hands too. Okay then, so I've just worked about 12 rounds and this is what mine is looking like. So obviously yours might be looking a little bit different. I know mine when I started was all over the place. I had gaps, I had holes, I had weird tension, I had not straight edges or anything like that, but I just wanted to show you that this is what the stitch will look like if you keep going, you keep working at it. So I hope you all found this video helpful. I know when I started this channel, I just wanted to help someone to learn this wonderful craft, and these basic skills are the foundation of crochet, and from there you can basically do anything you like. So make sure you master these and the next upcoming week ones as well. Because all of the other stitches are just builds on these. You might include this and then a treble and then a half treble and then a triple and then a single. It's all a variation of these few stitches as well. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you found it helpful. Please leave me a like if you did. Comment down below any questions that you may have, any questions for the future, any questions about what you're working on right now, about the yarn, about your hook size. If you're struggling, please let me know. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is @hooks.andneedles1, and I'll leave a link in the description box down below for that as well, because I may be easier to contact on there. But keep trying, keep going, please don't give up. If you find it hard the first time, pick it up the next day or in a little while and just keep practicing, because you will get there. Practice makes progress. So thank you all, and I'll see you all very soon. Good luck, happy crocheting, bye!